Okay. So in the section, we included 4 properties. So even though you included 4 properties, when you run the flow, okay, we used to see only 2 properties, customer name and gender. Okay. And at the same time, we also have some more sections as well, like customer office address and again customer home address. Even these 2 properties also, it is not showing. So what could be the reason for not showing them? So the reason for not showing them is generally in the flow. Okay, so this is the flow which we created yesterday, right? So the customer details, in the customer details, so start and end shapes, and along with that we have some assignment. So based on the assignment, okay, we are going to referring the flow action. So the flow action can be referred at the connector level. So the immediate connector which is connected to this assignment, okay, will be refer the flow action. So what is this flow action which we created? Customer details. Okay, so in this flow action, okay, we refer the section that is the customer personal details. So if you want to go to this particular section, you can either select open. Okay, here you have something called open option. This is called open the rule. So either or, if the section is already opened, okay, if you want to go to that one, so how can we go? Like this, customer personal details. So like this also you can select. Otherwise, simply from the flow action itself, you can select this open. Still it will go to the same one. In case if this section is not opened, okay, now that section is not here. So if you want to open, still you can go, you can open from here, customer personal details. So like that also it is able to open it. Okay, so now let's come to the point. So the reason for not showing this customer ID and the other 2 properties is mainly because of in the flow, okay, in the process tab, okay, in the customer details flow. So I'm editing the flow. So in this flow, in the process tab, okay, here there is something called work parties. Okay, work parties. By default, it would be having default, otherwise it would be blank. So in those 2 scenarios, we have to include something called PY case management default. So you need to select this PY case management default. In case if you don't remember this, just press the right mouse button, just press the down arrow. Okay, when you press the down arrow also, you will be seeing this PY case management default. So select that, okay, and then save it. Okay, once after saving this, now you can run the flow. So how can you run the flow? By going to the actions and then run button. See here. This time the error has got removed. I hope you remember that. So this is the screen which when I run earlier we got it with only customer name and gender and with these 3 errors. Now after adding that, okay, work parties in the flow, okay, in the flow after adding this work parties like PY case management default, PY case management default in the work parties, then when you run it, you will be able to see this customer ID, customer name, gender, customer age, and the errors got removed. So are you clear? So is it fine or something else is missing? Everyone, Satish or others? Shankar, Chanakya, Harish, Joseph. Can someone tell me? Is it fine or something else is missing? Prabhu. Guys, you there?
Office address and personal address.
Exactly. Office address and home address. There are 2 more properties are missing. So why those 2 properties are missing? Why? Because here in the flow action, okay, in this flow action, we included a section called customer personal details. So in this customer personal details, we have only these 4 properties. Okay, only these 4 properties. So that is the reason why it is able to display only these 4 properties. So then what we have to do? In the flow, we could select only, flow action. Right? In the flow, we could select only flow action, which is the customer details. In the flow action, we could select only one section. Okay, in the flow action, we can select only one section. But totally we have 3 different sections. One for home address, one for office address, and one for customer personal details. Okay, so then what we have to do? How can we achieve this requirement? Means, okay, we need to create one more section. So here it was right. So we had something called flow action. Okay, customer personal details, customer office address, and customer personal. But right now these 3 are individual sections. So what if you do? You can see all the properties. Okay, you can see all the properties. Means here we need to create one more section by combination of like a container for all these 3. Okay, so the name of this, like we can give container. Okay, so that means the flow action contains customer details container. This customer details container contains this personal details, office address, and personal. So let's create this. So how can you create this another section again? We already have a section here, right? Why it is not showing? That is showing under that will be displayed under the user interface. Okay, so just refresh it. Okay, I think the session got timed out. One second, let me log off and relog. Okay, we are working on the insurance implementation. So select the implementation application, then go to the app, and then under the user interface, okay, section. Yeah, we have these 3 sections. Now what we need to do? We need to create the container section one more, which is the top level. So just right mouse button, create it. Okay. So let it be same implementation application and work class and implementation rule set and the version. Create and open. Okay. So now what we can do? Previously in the home address, office address, and again personal details. Directly we simply dragged and dropped our properties here. Okay, these properties simply we have selected and dropped here. But this time what we want to display? We want to place sections. So now as you move to the properties, like that only you can move the sections as well. So first, which section we want to display? Customer personal details. Place it. Now customer office address and then customer home address, like this. Okay, one by one you can place it. In case if you feel first I want to display home address and then I want to display office address. So just select that particular section which you want to move and move to top. See, now first home address and then office address. Okay, first home address and then office address. So like that you can place it and save this section. Okay, now this section got saved. What is the next step? Now we have created the container section. Okay, now this container section should be referred from the flow action, right? So where is the flow action? That will be under the process category. Okay, select the flow action, and then this is the customer details flow action. So like this also you can open. Otherwise, if you feel that I don't know in which class exactly, where exactly it is. So how can you open that? What is the other way to open this customer details section? That you can do it from the search.
Search option.
Exactly. So what is the name of the rule? Customer details. So when you press enter button, it is showing all the rules with the name customer details. Okay. So now in this, which is our rule which we wanted to open, we want to open flow or flow action or section, which we need to open. Flow action. Under the flow action, there are two sections. Okay, one is the customer details and the collect customer details. So which is ours? Customer details. So based on the name, you can identify. Sometimes if you have two rules with the same name, that means this flow action name also customer details, this flow action name also customer details. In that case, how can you identify which is yours? Means based on the class on which you wanted to access it. So currently we are referring HDFC, INS, IMPL work class. So this is the rule which we wanted to open. This is something called predefined Pegasus customer details flow action. So select this customer details. Okay. Now in this flow action, what we need to update? We need to update the section. So what is the section now we need to refer? We need to refer something called container section. So remove that and just press the down arrow. So it will list out all the flow actions which are available. So ours is customer details container, and then save it. Okay. So what is the next step? So is this fine, or do we need to update anything in the flow also?
In the flow as well.
Flow action.
In the flow, what you need to
like a
update?
book pen की जरूरत
Flow action.
Why do we need to update the flow action? Okay, anyway, you can open from the recents also. I hope you remember. So there are various ways. So I just to open to that flow, right? So you can select from here also. Otherwise, you can search here, and from here also again, you can select the flow which you wanted to open. So this is one way. If it is in the recents, you can select from the recents, or else go to from the app. In the app, process category, flow, the flow name. Okay. So you people are telling that we need to update the flow action in the flow. Let me check. Here it is referring customer details. So do we need to change this one? Do we need to change this? Not required, right? Why? Because already it is referring the customer details flow action only, which we wanted to use over there. So we only created new section and which should be referred by the flow action. This flow action anyway already referring in the flow. So you need not update anything here. So I just cancelled it. I am not doing any modifications. Why? Because already it is referring the right flow action over there. So now select actions and then run button. See here. Now you are able to see customer ID, customer name, male, female, that is gender, and customer age. Okay, home address, and again office address. Okay, but along with your default properties, the properties which you specified, there are some buttons available like cancel, save, and submit buttons. Okay, these are the predefined Pega buttons. Okay, which will come automatically based on the need. Okay, in case if you want to cancel it, you can cancel it. Are you sure you are about to discard your unsaved changes? Yes, discard. It's got closed that. Okay, it's got closed. So like that, you can run the flow and you can see the output, how it displays when the flow action displays to the end user, how exactly it displays. Okay, and along with these things, you should know few of the things. Okay, here this is the HDFC insurance implementation case layer. Okay, this is something called our application description, what we have given in the initial application creation. Okay, and along with that, okay, we are getting something called C.4, C-4. So what is this? For example, let me run the flow again. So this is the details which I used for entering something. Like ID is 1. Okay, age 24. Okay, home address. Office address. Okay, so like that I entered one customer details. Okay, I will tell you where exactly it will save, how exactly it will save. Okay, but just remember that, okay, we have entered one customer details. Now, when you run the flow, okay, when you run the flow from the actions menu, run button, it is going to create C-5. Okay, C-5. Like that, every time when you run the flow, it is going to create the work object, and for each and every work object, it is going to give one unique identification number. Okay, it is going to give one unique identification number. Okay, so that unique identification number, where exactly it is going to save, by which property it is going to refer. Again, I'm not sure whether you remember or not. Generally, in the class properties, so select the class, right mouse button, go to definition. Okay, in the definition, we have something called PYID. Okay, PYID. This is what the primary key which I already told you. Okay, this is what the primary key. Okay, for this work class. So now when you create the work object, okay, this work object is an instance of the work class. Okay, this is an instance of the work class, work object. So work object is a instance of the work class. So for this work class, this is the primary key which it is going to have, and that primary key value is this C-4, C-5 like that. C-4, C-5 like this. So likewise, this ID is going to generate by Pega itself. By default, this ID will be generated by the Pega systems itself, Pega software itself. Okay, C4, C5 like that. So likewise, as many number of the work objects you create, those many number of the count it is going to increase automatically. Okay, and this value will be referred from the property PYID. Okay, this is called PYID. Okay, any doubts or clear? Okay, so and I'm trying to show errors also, and at the same time how to resolve the issues also. Okay, why? Because tomorrow when you create the flow, I can directly go to the flow and I can refer from the process tab. I can refer this PY case management default and I can run it. But if I show you what exactly the problem you will be getting if you don't refer, so that also I'm showing you without having this I run. Okay, and even without including the container section, okay, I have run the flow and I have shown that, okay, what exactly the properties will display. And after making the container, so how exactly it will display. So likewise, I want to make you clear. That is the reason why I'm showing you one by one. And next, let's go to this customer details section. Okay, where is this customer personal details section? Okay, now as I told you, even if you want, you can change these labels, right? Okay, this customer age. So how you can change it? Just double click on it. Okay, it will open the properties panel for that. Otherwise, we can also select open option here. Now by default, it is taking use property default as a label. The label is taking from the property. In case if you want to change it, remove this checkbox. Okay, and again, So earlier everything was small letter and without space. Now I have given the space with capital letters for each and every word. So it is updating accordingly. Okay. And one more thing is, now I want to change these column sizes and I want to display one by one like this. Instead of the customer ID, after that name, after that gender, age, I want to change this into 2 columns. So how you can make it into 2 columns? Okay. Now in that case, I want to apply this for the entire layout. I want to change the entire layout properties, entire layout into 2 columns. So now select the entire layout. Okay, select this dynamic layout and double click on it. Okay, once you press the double click, okay, generally there are 3 tabs available in the dynamic layout properties. General tab, presentation, and again actions. Okay, so here we have something called layout format. Okay, by default it's having default layout format is default in the drop down. Now if you select inline grid double and then submit, see what happened. These 4 properties has been divided into 2 columns: customer ID, customer name, gender, and again customer age, like that. So even if you add few more properties also, it's going to be have like a 2 columns. Okay, it's going to be have the 2 columns. Now save it, and then if you run this flow again, this is the flow. Actually we are in the process tab, so this it is showing like this. In case if you go to the diagram, then you will be seeing the images. Okay, wherever you are, no problem, but when you want to run it, actions, run button. So now it will create C-6. C-6 work object ID. Okay, this is the work object ID, and again the columns are format is changed here. Okay, so this is just one of the flow action which we created. Now after this, after accepting the customer details, what can be the next? What can be the next step in the bank? Can someone tell me?
Those entire details will be saved in the database.
Nice. So generally after entering the details here, okay, we selected the submit button. So save button. So once you select the submit button, what happens? So it is going to saving into the database. Good. Thank you for your input. Okay. Now after that, what? Not from the Pega perspective. Generally, you tell me the steps. If you go to the bank, if you provide your details, so then after that, what will happen? So what are the next steps to apply for any of the personal loan or something like that? Or
Validation maybe.
Validation.
exactly. Okay. So validations. And next step.
They will provide the service.
Displaying the message if there are any
Any
mismatch input.
exactly. So if you want to check that mismatch, how exactly you can do? You can some kind of you can do some kind of verification you will be doing. Okay, like home address, all those things, verifications we'll be doing, right? So like that. Okay. So for that, what I want to do is, okay, we need to create one more flow action, okay, with a few more sections. Okay, one more flow action with few more sections. Okay, so before going to that, just let's see some kind of the validations what we can apply first of all. Okay, so here is this customer ID, customer name. Without giving the customer name, can we process the home loan or can we process the insurance?
No.
No, right? Okay, customer name is the mandatory one. And even this gender also mandatory. And even this customer is also mandatory. Okay, so these kind of the validations if you want to do. Okay, these kind of the validations if you want to do. Okay, So for which property I want to apply, first you go to that section. Okay, now right now I am in the container section, but from the container section, instead of doing that, okay, first go to that section. So what is the section name? Either you can go from here also, view properties, or you can just double click on this layout also. Okay, it will open that particular properties, layout properties, then go to that particular section. This is the customer details. So here if you want to apply some required condition, so select the property for which you wanted to apply the required functionality. Okay, and then select this. Okay, go to the properties. So here, okay, initially we discussed about what kind of the output you want to display. That is like a text input, otherwise it's like a radio buttons, otherwise it's like a drop down. So what exactly you want to apply, that you will be seeing here. And even in case if you want to change this also, you can change it. Okay, how can you change? By selecting the change. Okay, here now instead of the radio buttons, I want as a drop down or something like that. See here. Earlier it was a radio button and now it is a drop down. And can someone tell me, okay, earlier how come it was a radio button? How come it was a radio button? It's based upon the property at the property level UI control which you have applied. Okay, while creating a property of gender, okay, the UA control which I have given was the PX radio buttons. Okay, that is the reason why by default it is taking that from the property. From the property, it is taking and giving the radio button. But that value I changed it. I have updated to the drop down. Okay, even though you have given at the property level, you have given radio buttons, in the section after placing, I change it as a drop down. So it's changing as a drop down. No, I don't want to drop down. Again, I want to revert back to the radio buttons. So how can you do that? Revert to property default. When you select that, again, whatever the UA control you have selected in the property, that will be applied. Control inherited from property, submit, save it. Now again, if you create the flow, you will be getting as a radio buttons. See. The CIT is with radio buttons. This is the previous one that was with the drop down. Okay, like that. Now what next? So this is just the property which you referred. Okay, we refer here customer ID, and this is like a label, and this is like something called some default value. If you want to apply, you can apply it. Okay, so for example, for city, okay, here we don't have customer city. For example, in the home address, what we have? Okay, customer address is there. Let's have one more property like create city. Okay, create and open. I'm just saving. I'm not doing any updates here. So by default, it will be like a text input. Okay. Refresh. Once if you refresh, then only you can see the properties whichever you have created. Yeah, now we got the city. So where can we include this city? Can we include in the personal details or home address or office address? Okay, let's have it in the home address. Okay, city has been applied. Now for city, always I want to display as a Hyderabad as the default value. So go to that city properties and the default value I want to give as a Hyderabad. submit and save it. Okay, now I included one new property in the cust home address section, right? So after that, okay, after that, now do I need to update again any other rule? In the customer personal address, home address, I have given city. Okay, so after adding city here, now do I need to update anything in the container or flow, action or flow? Not required, right? Why? Because the container anyway referring to this customer home address. Okay, anyway it is referring to the customer home address. Okay, so when you do the modifications in this, so automatically it will be updated in the container also. So where is the container class? Here it is. Where is this home address? Here. It's not updated. Why it is not updated? Why? Because this I opened previously. Now if you refresh it, then you will be getting it. See here. Okay, so anyway this container is referring in the flow action, that flow action is referring in the flow. So you can just run the flow over there. So this is the customer details flow. Now actions run. See, do you find any difference? Got any value? Right. See, the default is city Hyderabad. But one of the customer applied from different city, like Secunderabad or Bangalore or some other city. So then what we can do? So is it possible to update this value or it's not possible? Can someone tell me, is it possible? Otherwise it is fixed Hyderabad.
It is fixed. We can't
No.
change.
No, it is not fixed. Default value means when you create the work object, it will display some value over there, which you have given, that will be populated. So it is just reducing the work for the end user. Okay, it is just reducing the work for the end user, but it is not mandatory that you have to give Hyderabad only. If the customer is from different city, you can just remove it and type whichever you want. Default is not the mandatory of the using same value. Default means just it will populate with that value when you create the work object. If you feel comfortable with that value, leave it. Otherwise, change it. That is the default value. And this placeholder, I will tell you all these things again. But we want to go whether you want to make it as a mandatory or not. So if you want to make it as a mandatory, here we have something called required. So what is this required? Required, we will be having always, never. Never means it will never be required, and based on some condition also. Okay, based on some condition also. Okay, so now I am selecting always and let's see what will happen for the city. Okay, for the city I am selecting required and save. And at the same time for home address also I am selecting required and let's make it save. Required always, submit. So now these two properties are the required properties. Okay, so did you find any difference in this? Before making required and after making required, do you find any difference here? Yes. So we have seen something called star symbol. Yeah, star indicates these are the required properties. So by seeing this, the user can understand that, okay, we need to enter the values in those two properties. Now run again. See here. So customer home address and again city. Now without giving these values, if I select submit, what happens? Please correct the flagged fields before submitting the form. So before submitting the form, it is asking to correct the flagged fields. So what are those flagged fields? This one. Customer home address value cannot be blank. Actually, I made required for 2 properties now. So why it is asking only for this? Why it is not asking for city? Why? Because already it is having the value. Already we have populated with some default value. That is the reason why again it is not asking. In case if you remove it and if you submit it, now it will validate even that as well. See. Please correct the flagged fields. The value cannot be blank. So this is the way we can apply the default values and again required functionality. So this is one thing. And I would like to apply one more thing as well. So what is that means? There is something called disable. Okay, there is something called disable. So what is this disable? Okay, when you go to properties, you will be having something called disable never. Okay, so in case if I make it always again, so what happens? Can someone identify what you mean by disable? Now I made it disable for the